I just think it's such an indication of how much the sport's growing in Australia. The leagues are drawing kids through. People are investing in infrastructure for juniors, and so their talent that rises through that system. And I also love the way the Aussies that are playing in the league represent us. They're playing for the team. They're playing defense. They're playing hard. They're not lipping. They're just kind of playing. They're representing us how we would like them to do it, and I'm proud of that. I suspect his game's on the way to another level. I've heard and seen how hard he works, and it's all about hard work once you get to that level, and his team's obviously seen that because they've paid him. And he's got all the pieces. I think it's going to be really fun to watch him. You just layer in days of work, and he's obviously doing that. So to bring his game to the next level, I guess, is more scoring, but he doesn't need to. He's so valuable. My advice is keep taking the selfies with the kids. Keep going and doing the things you're doing when you're a young man. You now have a responsibility to the fan base and the public to act with grace and to engage with them. And it's really easy to get caught up and trapped in being an NBA player, but you just keep remembering you got to give back off the court is something I think is really important for our young players.
Yeah, look, absolutely. I think that they're incredible athletes. I'm really excited for them and the future of the sport, with them in it. We know that the Pathways here in Australia are doing wonderful things and creating these opportunities for the athletes and also spitting out a lot of great athletes. So it is an incredible time for basketball. But yeah, I mean, he's probably got more of a idea on the millions and millions of dollars.
Well, no, absolutely. I think the women's game, it's so awesome, and I think the more people that see it, the more people that watch it, the platforms that the girls have got now are making it far more accessible. There's a lot more representation, and the opportunity to really see them live it's incredible. So, get out and support the game. I mean, it's growing and it's a really great time.
Yeah, I mean, it's a testament to Sandy and the incredible work she's done as a coach. I mean, obviously she's led a lot of teams to great things over in the WBA, and now she's starting a new chapter with Toronto. And I'm pretty sure the whole of Australia is excited for her. I want to see her succeed. Well, it's at an all-time high and it's growing and it's going to continue to grow because people can finally see the value in it. Obviously the broadcast deal was incredible, but the viewership numbers, the amount of people that are watching the game now it's incredible, and it's great to see. And finally, like I said, the girls, they're starting to be treated the way they should be. And the CBA agreement coming up, the negotiation, it's going to be a really good time for us.
For sure, they're both talented, great athletes. I mean, if I'm a championship team mid-season and I need a flamethrower with some experience, some pedigree, I'm signing Paddy, and I'm sure the same could be a different recipe someone will want Ben, but I think Paddy's probably pretty sharp. He's probably laying in the weeds waiting for the right opportunity, hoping to get another ring. That's how I'd do it if I was him. Well, funnily enough, his smile to start with, he's got that wicked kind of I'm being naughty here, but I'm going to cut your throat at the same time smile. So I love his charisma, and obviously his game's explosive. What I've really loved is watching him try to figure out as a young man how to lead a group of older men, and he's trying to grow into that leadership. But he seems to be, he's from the outside, seems to be really trying hard to do that, which is fun to watch. I'd like to see the NBL get increased parity so that any game, you don't know where it's going. And so rather than diluting talent, I'd like to see us rich in the talent pool and I guess with the growth of the game and more income, more resources means you invest in the players more. And I think keeping parity in the league is absolutely essential to the quality of our product.
No, I've been messaging him a lot. He's down in Melbourne at the moment. I've been down there for a week or two, so I'm sure we'll catch up and get training together over the next couple of days probably. But looking forward to having him. He's a great addition to the club and certainly add to our midfield. And looking forward, the boys will love having him around and someone who's going to bring an immediate impact, and we'll definitely be getting the best out of him. It'd be good. I have, but I think he's staying with Toby Bedford, so I think he's in there to start with, and then we'll certainly show him the ropes, I guess, and take him a couple of weeks to get his head around moving to Sydney and try and make it as easy as possible. I think he's pretty tame. He's all right. I think he was obviously a little bit disgruntled at Melbourne last year and has had a few challenges himself. But no, that's why we want him. We want to try and get the best out of him, and I and we'll do everything we can to make sure that happens. But he obviously knows how to play footy and he works bloody hard. So I'm looking forward to getting to work with him and and having him at the club. Yeah, he's had a big surgery, so it'll just be a wait and see, I think, with how he looks for next year. But that's very early at the moment. And then I think Clayton's certainly going to add to our midfield. So what that looks like, I'm not exactly sure. We'll certainly be working that out over pre-season. And King is, it's certainly going to help him though in picking his team. Yeah, there's a bit going on. It was an interesting trade period just for fans, I guess. But no, I think that's the way sort of footy's going. And a few of those guys probably wanted to get out, or maybe their position in the teams were not exactly what they wanted. So everyone has different reasons, but I think that's just the way footy's going a little bit, and can understand it. And for different reasons, different players, but I think it adds to the game a bit as well. And player movement's good for everyone. Yeah, and as they should, they got the right. If you sign a long-term contract, then the club get to decide if they hold you to that. It's not really up to the players. We get security by signing that long-term deal, but then the club has the power. So I think they have every right to do it. And I think there might be some stronger stances in the future, I'm sure, going forward with players wanting to leave or stay.
Sorry. Go. You go. Exactly. Wanting to get away from the box.
Not sympathy. I can understand his reason. Like he's, Bomber's probably going through a rebuilding phase, and he wants to, try and have some immediate success. So I can certainly understand it, and can understand why Essendon wanted to keep him though as well. And I'm sure they'll work through that in the next. It might be awkward day one, but after that he'll be fine. No, I'm done anyway. But wedding in a couple of weeks will be good fun. I haven't spoken to him yet because he's in Europe with a lot of the Giants boys. So I'm sure he would. I know how he was feeling. He's a little bit rattled, and it certainly came as a surprise. And Saints probably did him dirty a bit, but that's footy as well. They had every right to do that. Again, it's sort of the way footy's going and player movement. So when it helps us, we get him back, and he adds to our team. That's for sure. And it'll be great having him back at the footy club. Yeah, I think it was a very thorough process in deciding. I don't know the exact details of what different surgery enabled, but he's out for a long time. I know that. Hopefully we see him, in the back half of next year, but it's way too early to tell him. But we know he'll do everything right. Yeah, it was disappointing. We didn't want to just play finals. We want to win them, and and that's that's probably a reason why we went after Clayton as well. We want to try and win it next year, and there's going to be a lot of good teams that we have to beat. So no, we're disappointed. And our aim is to try and now finish top four and then go again in finals. But a while to go before that. Day one, I'd say, of pre-season where everyone's back together. So the young boys are in a bit earlier, but no, I'm sure I'll catch up with him before that. Though. Was I? I've striked a lot of people in my career, so. No, I don't remember it. I'm sure I'll remember it if I see the footage. I'm just happy if I can touch the ring. So I'll leave that to Luke and Lauren. I think they're the pros. Grow up supporting. I loved it as a kid. Everyone in Australia went to Chicago Bulls, I think, so it was probably them. I'm a Detroit man now. I love my Detroit Pistons, so I can't say I'm any good.